Hey, welcome back to the channel. So the other day, I got a chance just to take all this stuff that I'm going to take with me on my vacation out for a little bit of a practice run. Just to kind of give it a little test to see how things go, to see what I used, what I didn't use, how things worked in practice. Like you don't want to get there and not know exactly kind of what you're doing. You're kind of fumbling around with your equipment, trying to get a system figured out about what you're doing. So I thought it might be a good idea to get out and get a little practice in. So we can start off with the bag. I love the bag. Again, it makes you make choices. You have to have a small kit to fit in this bag, and I do like that about it. It keeps it really light, and I enjoy that. The only thing about this particular bag is that sometimes you'll get a little bit of down about when you open it all the way out like that. You'll get a little bit of a bulge down here on your zipper. And when that matters is like when you're trying to zip it back up, you kind of have to straighten the zipper back up to get it zipped up. It just takes a little bit of fumbling with, a little bit of maneuvering to get it zipped up. It's just not super easy. All right, we'll start off with the camera, the FX30 here. I'll tell you right off the bat, I messed up taking all the videos. I was trying to take 240 frames per second of video, got everything messed up in the camera as far as the settings go. So I messed up all the video taking while I was out messing with it. But I realized, I know how to take videos with this camera. Although I've moved pretty much everything over to automatic modes for video and pictures. I know that's a big surprise. I know it's weak, that's not very, photography-like or whatever like that. But, if you're just going along there, snapping pictures, I just wanted to be in automatic mode. I'm not really caring about bokeh or this or that or whatever. I just want it to be super fast, super easy, little snapshots here, there, and everywhere. I found that program mode does a good job of that. I myself have ruined way too many photos in aperture mode with the too slow a shutter speed. And the screen is not that good, so you really can't judge that fast, that good. And then also I'll be, taking quick shots and stuff. Won't be able to sit there and make sure everything is just perfect in the camera. So I think the program mode is going to be the way to go for me in certain situations. I can also, switch over to manual and do whatever I want. But for the most part, I think program mode will work good. As far as the video goes, I have everything set up pretty much in automatic mode, like aperture mode. I generally like shooting log, but I set it up into S-Cinetone, just so I don't have to mess with any of the grading or any color or anything like that. I really just want this to be as easy as possible, and I think I have the camera finally set up like that. And then again, if I wouldn't have went out practicing, I would have never known that, and I'm glad I did, because now I have my camera set up just like I think I'll need when I'm on vacation. So I did take some photos with this camera just to try that out, to see how it looked. I think all the pictures turned out really, really good. Here's the crazy thing. I was in S-Cinetone when I was taking these pictures. And I don't think I've ever really tried that before on any of my other cameras. I think I might kind of like it, Sometimes in Sony JPEGs, they can just be a little bit too much for me. Like the colors are just way too vibrant or something about them I just don't like. Too much. They're okay, whatever. But the S-Cinetone, it kind of dulls everything down, evens up the color a little bit. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to shoot all my photos like that when I'm on vacation, but it might be something I'm going to look into in the future. If you don't really like the JPEGs coming out of Sony, shoot them in S-Cinetone and see what you think. I don't know. I can't vouch for it. It's just these few pictures right here that I have, and I'll show you those, and you can kind of do what you think. Guarantee you the most used lens I'm going to be using is the 18 to 50 Sigma lens. The first thing I did when I got to on campus there, put my bag down, took off my 1120, put my 18 to 50 on. It didn't come off the rest of the time. So I think that's going to be the primary lens that I'm going to use for video and photo. Will I use these other two lenses, the 11 to 20 f2.8 Tamron or the Sigma 56 1.4? Maybe, but I seriously doubt that I'll be using those very much. But I'd rather have an extra lens than some other kind of equipment that I would not use. If that makes any sense to you. The RX100 Mark VII, again, it's great, and I'll show you some. The video is okay. I think the video is obviously better coming out of the ZV-1. Even I think the active stabilization coming out of the ZV-1 is better, but this does have active stabilization in it. But where it really shines is like, you know, you can take a wide picture and then you can zoom in and get nice little details of whatever you're trying to shoot. Like I shot the library from wide, and then I was able to zoom in to 200 millimeters and get a nice little detailed shot of a portion of the building. And that's what I like about this camera. And it's just one hand, boom, 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 no problem. Super easy. Again, I shot all in program mode. I switched my video all over to program mode, so I don't even have to think about settings at all. I can just worry about shooting. The 360 camera, I'll show you a clip that I shot with a 360 camera, and this is indicative of what I find about the 360 camera in general. Like this shot right here is a shot that you couldn't get with any other camera in this bag or any other camera that I have in my house, in my collection. I couldn't get this shot with any other camera, but the image quality is not that great, and that's what I find. 360 cameras, that's what they do, and I think it's going to be good for certain situations. I think I'm really going to enjoy this to get some of that, you know, some of that footage that would be otherwise impossible to get. I mean, you think about it, you're riding a roller coaster, and you're taking video. I can get my reaction. I can get the person I'm riding with reaction, and I can get what's going on in the actual roller coaster itself. So I'm getting I can export all 3 different angles and cut in and out however I want it, and have a cool looking clip. So I think that is the main reason that I'm definitely taking the 360 camera, and I think it'll be cool for that purpose. Again, the GoPro, I think the footage out of this, me personally, looks great. It's super stable. Like I had this thing on my chest and it was just bouncing all over the place, and it was out off of center and everything else. And the video came out stable as it can be, looked pretty decent. You know, it's a GoPro. And I got some of those Endura batteries for it, so I don't have to worry about battery life so much. I really think that it's going to be primary my video camera. So, you know, if you're just kind of walking along a little bit, you want your footage to look the best it can and be as stable as it can. And out of all these cameras, I think that this one does the best. So I think I'm definitely going to keep this one handy. And then also the main thing that I learned while I was out, you know, practicing was whatever I pull out of this bag at the beginning of the day is likely what's going to be pulled out all day. Like I don't see myself wanting to set this bag down, make a bunch of changes, and then loading it back up. Maybe every now and then, but not nearly as much as, you know, one would. I think it's going to be way too fast paced. I'm going to be way too big of a hurry. The party I'm with, I'm going to be like, yo, slow down. Let me change this, or let me change that, or get this camera out, or this or that. No, I think that I'll have my FX30 pulled out. I'll have it on my wrist strap, like, you know, in one hand. I'll have my GoPro probably chest mounted on my little clip thing on my backpack, so I can easily grab it. And I'll probably put the 360 camera on the tripod and stick it in the water bottle holder of this bag. So I have quick access to all 3 of these cameras whenever I need them. I won't have to sit my whole bag down and change anything out. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Got to get out, and I think it's vital to get out and test what you're going to take. So when you get somewhere, you're not frustrated by what's going on. Like, I mean, I'll be honest with you, when I got out there and started testing, you know, I had this camera, I was fumbling, you know, with the GoPro and this, and had this out and this camera, and it was all just a huge mess until I could finally settle into like a little rhythm and kind of what I wanted to use each camera for. So it's always good to get out and practice before you go shoot or you go on vacation, just to figure out kind of what flow is going to work out best for you. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.